Yeah, hello and welcome everybody once again to another nice race here in our this year's Casual Boots tournament. Today between CFate91 and blackirave, two well-known runners from the German community. Both pretty strong, both pretty equal I suppose, and I expect hopefully a very close race here, unless one of the runners skipped their go mode or something like that. Yeah, and it's a game in the round of 32, and it's the first matchup, and now we will see who of them can get in the lead for proceeding in the top 16. Unfortunately, today I have to commentate alone, but a special thanks as always to Phoenix, who is working in the background and making all this possible. Yeah, and now runners are off, and yeah, let's see what they will provide us with. And CFate, by the way, survived the group stage with a outstanding 6-0. Has not lost a race yet here. blackirave had a 4-2. Also quite decent, but had GFE in his group. And we are seeing both runners quite grinding for the sub 5 maybe. We see that because none of them has picked up any magic pot in the uncle's root chest. Let's say it's a little greedy, but it's even faster, and so oh, even the big magic is left behind for blackirave here. Ah, flippers. Nah, now he takes it. Oh, close got it. It's no, CFate does not want it. Okay, he wants a decent time here. Of course, as we all know, who is earlier out of the escape sequence will win the race, always. So now no chance to catch up if you're the second one here. Oh, look at blackirave, he exactly got the pixel on the chain guard. But I think with this time's opening, Zelda's chest as sub 5 is not anymore possible, unfortunately. But let's see. I hope the runners will prove me wrong soon. And the next question in the escape is, of course, as always, if the runners find some kind of divergence item. Of course, always nice if the paths of the runners diverge immediately after the escape. But well, on the other hand, it's also nice if the first 10 minutes are quite linear, so you can get an impression who of the runner is the execution stronger one. Ah, chest turn on CFate's side. Always nice to see. It does not save too much time, but Yeah, it's an impressive flex move. I think we have not seen a map yet. Let's see if I'm right and if the runners remember as well. Yeah, CFate here with about 504-ish and Blackie with a 510-ish, I guess. Oh, and the map was already there, and in the sank chest there is a hookshot. That's nice to have early, saves a lot of time here and there. So you can hook everywhere and easily apply hook speed and stuff. So for example, in this cave, you can hook speed. Let's see on CFate's side. Yeah, he does. And yeah, this saves not a lot of time, but if you consistently do these little tricks, it sums up quite heavily. And here our first little divergence. blackirave refuses to check Agar ledge at the very beginning, which CFate does. Yeah, and I hope both runners have in mind that they have not seen any bombs yet. And Agar ledge is dead. There was a 20 rupees, I guess. And suddenly blackirave in the lead here. Yeah, let's see. Blackie, you need bombs. You have not any bomb here. Okay, he goes back. He realized. And he only goes for one. Okay. Let's see if CFate gets a second. Yeah, looks like. Yeah, it's always a gamble. I guess it's more than 95% that you get bombs in the chests in Kakariko, and there they are on Blackie's side. Yeah, but if not, you have to leave an item behind or have to buy bombs or whatever and maybe have to go jump back in the well. Yeah, and that of course you do absolutely not want. Yeah, and there's a Moon Pearl and a Ice Rod in Kakariko still, so far. And look on Blackie's side. Yeah, here you can hook speed so nicely. Curious if you will see it on Blackie's on CFate's side soon. Nah, CFate not doing it, unfortunately. It's so satisfying if runners do. Here as well, just hook speed on the stairs and get a nice damage, a nice speed boost. Today not. Yeah, and on Blackie's side we have seen a map check as it seems, and we have Pendant, Eastern, Red Crystal, Desert, and Normal Crystal Hera. Ledge were 20 rupees, I suppose, if I'm not mistaken. And so far the seed showers the runners with money. So blackirave is already 4-digit here. 4 figures. And so is CFate now. Yeah, and flippers were early, so that could be an early Zora play here. Both of these rich kids can afford that. And I like CFate's decision to grab the boomerang from the library. So taking that costs 5 seconds, but having a boomerang in these or those rooms could save lots of times and make plays more consistently, I guess. So just think about the room in Skullwoods in front of the Bicky, or the vanilla Bicky. Yeah, if you have a boomerang there, it's so easily to play, and otherwise you have to struggle a bit, maybe, depending on RNG there. Yeah, and even for this room, it's worth to invest these 5 seconds, I guess. Yeah, but Blackie here is doing the one or other play. Maybe he feels a little execution weaker, or just wants to play aggressive. That could, of course, also be. Heidi Island has nothing today. Let's see what the poor man under the bridge has. Probably again 300 bucks, and that's why, because he is living under the bridge, giving all these pesky peasants his money. But there he has bombs, so what he's planning. And I was about to tell how dead even the runners are, but we have to consider that blackirave has not done the Egger Ledge check. Oh, look, hammer here in Pyramid Cave. No, Pyramid Cave, in Fairy Cave. Waterfall Cave. Yeah, this is almost Dark World access, only 1 item missing. 2 items for Aga, so the odds are pointing on an regular Dark World access here. Okay, early flippers for the hammer. Maybe have to keep in mind that, depending on pendant layout later. And look, Blackie now on his way. Ah, I see. CFate has not played the dam, which Blackie has. Okay. And Blackie now on his way to eastern area. Let's see if he dips eastern as well, if he does not find anything in Sasha's closet. Nice hammer dash here. Always nice to see that. And it's empty. So Blackie, what are you doing now? And that looks like he wants to join the Eastern Palace. And I think this is where density is at this moment. So not too much left, but let's see what CFate does. He is on his way to Agina, which is left behind for blackirave and will probably be his last location here. In case nothing is in Eastern, of course. Fire Rod in Agina's cave. That's no progression yet, but it's nice to have and can be left behind for a long time, depending on the routing of Blackie. And also could result in a double dip of Skullwoods and all this stuff. So this is, of course, nice to have for CFate early. Yeah, and I'm curious. I think now something has to be in Eastern. And I remember a game from blackirave earlier this year, or last year, I don't know, but he was in Eastern Pendant, same situation. And he found an item. Yeah, and he left. And his progression was deeper in Eastern, but because he left earlier, it was his last location. So I'm curious if he full clears this or will proceed after one item. Yeah, okay, there's a book. Desert with a fire rod is finishable for CFate, but not for Blackie. Oh, look, and I called it. Yeah, this is Dark World access now for blackirave, and he leaves after he has 3 items out, can't kill the boss, so no reason to proceed here. Yeah, this is Dark World access now for Blackie, and yeah, let's see when he goes to desert area where his item is to finish the dungeon. And that's a little spicy here, and probably is good news for CFate, I guess. Depends on the map check. We have not seen it yet, if I'm not mistaken. Help Cave, by the way, was a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, and Blackie here wants to go Pyramid and Catfish, I guess. Yeah, that's kinda bad for blackirave. So he does, of course, not want to go into the desert area without a fire source. But as we know, the fire source is exactly in this area. Yeah, and it looks like Blackie indeed did a map check, and Pot is regular pendant, Swamp is green pendant. Yeah, that means Skullwoods and Thiefstone both are crystals. Oh boy! There are mids on Catfish, and let's see how CFate will route here. Oh, CFate goes not to Pyramid and Catfish. He goes to left Dark World here. And that could be huge for Blackie. But of course, early mids could also backfire because they open everything. And if CFate, even if he last locates them, he will get them earlier or sooner. Yeah, but let something be behind them. That would be nice for Blackie, especially on the Smith chain or such. But still, Blackie without a fire rod. Okay, let's hope for Blackie that he finds quite early the lamp, the second fire sword that could be necessary for finishing Eastern. And CFate got his Master Sword here from the digging game. And look, blackirave here is now heading on the mountain. Could full clear it. Yeah, I guess I think it's an okayish play, even though he has Thieves Town clearable. He wants the fire rod before he enters Kakariko to not double dip it and full clear it immediately and never come back. Yeah, and CFate does the obvious no-brainer play here. He just goes into Skullwoods, which is a clearable crystal dungeon to him. Yeah, now let's see. Now the boomerang does the trick, which he grabbed earlier. Yeah, and look, just stun the mummies and get your 5 seconds back. And have no stress here and just play the room. Super easy. Second sword on Blackie's side as well, here in Paradise Cave. Oh, and tempered as well. That's nice. So Blackie now could skip the digging game if he wants. I don't think he will do, but he could. Oh, and there is the lamp, but behind the mirror. Lamp on a floating island here on the mountain. And we got music. Very nice. Thank you, Phoenix, in the background, who is doing all this stuff. Thank you very much for your efforts again. And meanwhile, I entirely missed what's on the mountain tablet, but I guess it was nothing. Oh, and CFate has to be careful here, down to 1.5 heart, but did it. Modula is down for a piece of paper here. I'm not sure how much CFate has out of the dungeon, but seems like, yeah, his tracker says 1 item left. Yeah, on Blackie's side, Muldum goes down. Yeah, now it could become spicy. So Blackie is able to almost full clear the Darkness Mountain. And not almost, he can full clear it pretty much. Yeah, and I see CFate on the mountain without gloves. Gloves are on Catfish. And if something is there, that could become quite ugly for CFate here. Of course, could be a bait as always, or as so often. And Blackie Wave absolutely wants a mirror now, because on Floating Island there is the lamp which he requires to get into the desert area soon to get his fire rod. Yeah, look, and CFate now on his way to Village of Outcast. Can finish Seastone here, which is a crystal. Yeah, and so far blackirave on the mountain got nothing but 2 swords, which are nice, but don't open anything. But 5 checks left here. Especially these in Spy Cave are juicy to him, because CFate cannot reach them yet. Pooh, and it looks like Death Mountain, yes, is a bait. Only what is left is Spy Cave, and that is accessible for CFate as well. Turtle Rock is Quake today. Oh look, and CFate got the mirror. Was it in Skullwoods? I entirely missed it. Blackie dies intentional, now he has a furry. Oh boy, this could not feel too great for Blackie, so nothing of importance on the mountain. Yeah, that is what I meant. The early mids could be such an ugly item, so they baited him on the mountain. Yeah, he got a crystal, okay. But that's it. And 2 swords, that's nice, but yeah, no real progression. And let's see how this goes for CFate, but yeah, could be that he has not to full clear the mountain, and that would save lots of time. Okay, thank you, chat. Chat confirms mirror was in Skullwoods. Yeah, and look, now Blackie will get the mirror most likely as well. I don't know, was it in the back or in the front? If it was in the front, I see Blackie back on the mountain for the lamp to finish desert. Ah, there it is. Okay, what now would be nice for Blackie would be something on the Smith chain, which he can play quite smoothly with his equipment. Now blackirave catching up for the lumberjack ledge. Yeah, this is an information you never want to miss, I guess. CFate here with his second crystal as well. Oh, nice quick jump here on Blackie's side in the brewery. I've never seen that. Yeah, a free cape for blackirave in Graveyard Ledge. Can now get the 20 rupees from the bumper ledge. But I suppose he will not go back there for that. And so far, I think CFate has the luckier routing here. With a fire rod and with an empty mountain, which he has not touched yet. Oh, by the way, blackirave left an item in Hera behind in the basement. He was not able to play that due to the missing fire source. Yeah, and what would be worst case for Blackie now, I guess, is that something of importance is in desert. Yeah, but maybe Blackie soon gets his lamp from the mountain. He could arrive that now. You could even imagine that CFate will never get it. I'm sure he does not need it, and yeah, if he needs to enlighten some torches, he can use the rod as well. Nice cap strat here on Blackie's side. Oh, and half magic. Of course, always nice to have that. Especially in combination with the fire rod, it fastens the climb plater up so bad. If you can waste all your magic on the fire rod, pew pew pew, everything dies immediately. That's what we want to see. Becoming Laser Link. Yeah, alright, I stopped that immediately. Well, can we design a sprite which looks like a spaceman and design the fire rod that it looks like a laser gun? Would be funny, I guess. I would play that. Back to the game. CFate in desert found nothing so far, but got his crystal. which is the third. blackirave now about to get his second from Seastone. Yeah, and this now brings the red bomb for CFate in play. And that could lead him to his mids, because he can do the route from Link's house up to the catfish there. Oh, look, and CFate playing Swamp now? Which is a green pendant, means... means 7 item in. Okay, I entirely missed another item, and that was the Cane of Zamaria, which is in the chess game, but both runners have it now. Yeah, let's see what items are missing. So it's 1 to 2 medallions. It's the bow. Oh no, look! It's another fact we haven't mentioned yet, or I haven't mentioned yet. Eastern and Pot are pendants. That means technically no bow required. If the runners can mimic clip in GT. And nothing is behind the bow, of course. Yeah, so we are down to flute and 1 to 2 medallions, I suppose. And look here, Blackie on the Smith chain. That are good checks for him, just because CFate can't do them due to the lacking mids he does not have yet. But Blackie has to leave the powder behind because he does not have it, and not a mushroom to fake powder. Yeah, but I could imagine Swamp is tempting for blackirave as well, so... Oh, there is Bombos on the Smith chain, and there is Flute and Swamp. Okay, the Flute and Swamp, and I think Blackie after the Smith chain will play Swamp, is very good because that leads him towards Mire, which is a crystal and required to play, and maybe accessible now with the Bombos. Yeah, and then he can tie in Agina where the Fire Rod is on. Oh yeah, right, and Ice is clearable for blackirave. Oh, nice triple puff kills here on Argus from CFate. And for a mushroom. And a green pendant. And if the tracker does not lie, there are 3 items back in Swamp. That's a hard decision to make for CFate. He already got some progression out of it. But yeah, do you want to leave 3 items behind if you don't have mids? I don't think so. Yeah, and he goes back. Oh, look, and blackirave goes into Swamp immediately as well. Although he has a clearable crystal dungeon. Yeah, but makes sense from his perspective, I guess. So the odds that he finds Go mode in ice are not too high. Yeah, and after that, this would be his next destination. Yeah, and if you are quite sure, you can't be entirely, of course, but if you're quite sure that you will not find your Go mode there, and after that will play Swamp, of course, why not now? Just because to save travel time and stuff. And it's 7 items, and as we already know, it's a flute in here. Which is pretty good for blackirave, I guess. From the reason I mentioned earlier, that after that he will direct it towards Desert and Maya area. Oh look, and blackirave immediately grabs the small key here in the front, which means he absolutely will play left side. And on left side there's a piece of heart and a bunch of bombs. Well, let's see, would be great for Blackie if he... I wanna know what? I see Blackie grabbing his lamp before going to Desert Mire area to full clear it. Because he has absolutely no idea that the fire rod is in Agina's cave. That would be a time-costly double trip. And meanwhile, CFate now playing Red Bomb. Yeah, and then most likely proceeding to Catfish, where his mids are on. Yeah, and then CFate has to make decisions. The big question here still is if the Bombos medallion required, which was on the Smith. And by the way, Blackie playing left side immediately here. Oh, powder on Pyramid Ferry. That opens up a new check. Yet I like this routing from CFate to activate his flute. But unfortunately, this routing, so he will end up in Kakariko for activating his flute. But this routing unfortunately made him dodge catfish, which means no gloves yet, or no mids better said. Yeah, and that could turn out very badly because we have an entirely open pot. Not entirely, a bow is missing. Yeah, but the odds for the mids to be in pots are way more likely than on the catfish. So, Blackie, what you doing next? Activating your flute and then ice, maybe? So, but first, CFate turning in the powder for amazing 20 rupees more. Oh, and know what? CFate has not been on the mountain so far, so he could go there for juicy, I guess, 10, 12, 14 items or what? That would be great for blackirave, because he wasted time there earlier. But, and that is spicy, CFate could play Hera Basement, which blackirave had to leave behind earlier due to the missing fire source. Blackie, what you doing now? Mirror checks, catch up. Ah, he's grabbing the purple chest and combines it with a fake powder. And meanwhile, CFate, as I said earlier, is on the mountain, now rescuing the old man. He had a piece of heart or something like that. Nothing that is of interest. Yeah. And I ask myself, I wonder why Blackie is not heading into ice. So there are juicy 3 items and a crystal. Okay, he had to go to Kakariko for flute activation and combine this stuff now, but he could always flute back there later. Yeah. Hasn't Black... Oh, I thought he's about to go to Agina's cave, but unfortunately he's not. Unfortunately from his perspective. Yeah, that's true. Bombos as only fire source for ice is a little slower than having the fire rod, but yeah, it's 3 items. So I guess he just wants to go mod it later, maybe. So what he's doing now? Now it's an Ice Palace play. That makes sense, grabbing some goose beforehand. But let's think. You have to launch Bombo 3 times, I guess. Each time 7 to 8 seconds compared to the fire rod. So it's a bunch of time, so it's a considerable amount. Oh, there is a bow. And this bow is behind the mids CFate still does not have. And as I mentioned earlier, I see CFate in pot before he's going to catfish. Yeah, right. Firewall was on Agina, but blackirave knows where the second fire source is, and it's on the mountain and reachable for him on Floating Island. And that means blackirave can full clear the desert and mire area if he can enter mire with his Bombos Medallion, which CFate also does not have. Yeah, and so it's not too bad of a location for blackirave here. But could of course be that blackirave grabs his lamp before he entered the area. Not only could be, I think it's pretty sure. Oh, and by the way, CFate as well left an item behind on Hera's basement. Yeah, but absolutely understandable. Played left side swamp for nothing, always feels bad. I know CFate here getting up to his butter sword. Yeah, this now officially is a baby seed. Ah, not yet. Silvers are missing, but still. With this equipment, this seed is not too hard to beat. Yeah, look, and that is CFate playing pot. Okay, he has to hope that any required medallion is in for him. Oh, and we still need a medallion because Turtle Rock is Quake, as we know from blackirave earlier. But of course could be everywhere. Okay, Green Pendant turn in for 20 bucks. And Coldstad has a shovel here. Nice fetch quest. Yeah, Blackie, what's doing now? Well, I think the next destination of him is the mountain for the lamp. Yeah, and CFate now in pot. Let's see what... No, it's not the mountain. It's a desert area without fire source. Okay, Blackie. Let's hope you go into Aginas first. Would not lose too much time if not, but still. And what it was? I didn't see it. What was Mire? Oh, Blackie, show it to us. No, I missed it. Did anybody see it? So important if it's bombers or not. Yeah, me neither. And Blackie did not track it, unfortunately. Ah, nice, nice bottle literally on CFate side. By the way, very nice MSU here in pod. Absolutely like it. Okay, bowlocked side. 1 small key and 2 small keys. That means almost the entire dungeon is bowlocked here. But as we know, a bow is a logic and yeah, does not count too much here. Yeah, nice delay of vanilla. Big key chest here from CFate. Not required to play so far, and if he can do it later, if he wants. Yeah, okay, and that is blackirave going to Checkerbot Cave and still have not seen what Mire is. Damn. Oh, and I had a glimpse on Blackie's tracker, and it's actually Bombos. And Bombos was on the smith behind the mids. Exactly these mids CFate does not have. Oh, Blackie, what are you doing? Oh boy, you were right before in front of Agina's cave. And you know where a lamp is. Oh no, Blackie, that is not how this game works. You know where a lamp is and now you enter Mire without. So, it could be fine. Of course, it's possible that no lamp is required to finish Mire. Well, just opens the dungeon. Ah, he forgot about Agina, I guess. And now he's heading back, maybe. Nope. Just opened the dungeon. Pot, by the way, has a whole bunch of nothing, and now CFate is about to go to Catfish for his mids. Yeah, and will he consider this as go mode? No, he can't, just because his single error on pet, very nice, very memey, I like it. CFate is still missing 2 medallions here. Blackie now checking the shovel, I guess. Yeah, shovel is the second required medallion. Oh, and this could bait blackirave into... Oh, Blackie, what you're doing? You know where a lamp is, you can finish 2 crystal dungeons. Okay. Or was I mistaken and that wasn't the lamp? But it was, oh? Was it? Yeah, but Blackie now is going into the pot. Okay, both required medallions are on the smith chain today. At least if we consider the shovel as a part of the smith chain, but I do with a mirror in hand. And the question now is, yeah, when will CFate play this? Yeah, and he has to do it at some point. So it could go back on the mountain. The lamp is on floating island on the mountain. And as Blackie was there, he had no mirror, so was not able to fetch it. I'm thinking about which runner is ahead here, and I have absolutely no idea. I think maybe Blackie? No, I have no idea. So CFate is missing 2 items, Blackie 1. Yeah, but Blackie most likely will do another mountain trick. Or Blackie could even kill Hammer, which would cost 2 more minutes, which are entirely wasted then. Unless there are silvers on it, but still. Oh, just a thought I had. Imagine blackirave is doing the Smith chain, getting Bombos. He knows Meyer is Bombos and he does not know what Turtle Rock is. He could cancel the Smith chain then and hope that Bombos suffices for both of these dungeons. That would be very ugly. Oh, and there's our third medallion in port. Well, and looks like CFate earlier did not full clear port because he does not have the medallion and still 3 items left. What was going on there? Did not realize it. Oh yeah, and obviously CFate could play the shovel isolated from the Smith chain, of course. Which, by the way, would be quite nice for him. And now blackirave is heading on the mountain, hopefully getting his lamp, and hopefully gets not baited into Turtle Rock here, which would be a disaster. Yeah, and CFate did what I just mentioned. He checked shovel isolated. Yeah, and that's good. That's good news for him because now he can play Turtle Rock. He does not know yet. Yeah, but he can. Okay, and Blackie opens Turtle Rock. And Blackie enters actually Turtle Rock. Yeah, let's see how far he can get. So if he's unlucky, he can go to the laser bridge without fire rod. Let's see if he finds a mirror here. A mirror, a small key. Yeah, does not, so he cannot proceed. That is good news for blackirave. So only maybe a half a minute wasted here. And now Blackie finally grabs his lamp. Yeah, he just gambled that fire rod will appear at some point, and it would if he had played Agina's Cave, which he for whatever reason did not. Yeah, and that baited him into port. That now baited him into Turtle Rock. Yeah, and he still has to play it because he needs a fire rod. Yeah, and lamp actually is on floating island, so I was not got tricked. Yeah, Blackie, that... Oh, look, and now Blackie is going for Hera basement. I think. Yeah, mirror is... Yeah, mirror is equipped. Okay, I get why Blackie is playing it. It would be the best location for him, for the fire rod to be, because it's reachable quite late. Okay, good news for Blackie. He can later go more Turtle Rock. It does not save too much time, but he can bail out the Mimic Cave and maybe the big chest and take a shortcut here and there. Yeah. But I think Blackie will full clear Mire. Blackie will... Okay, in Nether there is nothing left to full clear. Yeah. I think it looks quite dire for blackirave here. Yeah, but now he plays Mire, and I think afterwards he has not too much left, but Agina's Cave. Could play Red Bomb. Worst thing here in Mire would be an early big key for blackirave, because he will full clear the dungeon. And CFate will go mod it. Yeah, blackirave did not miss track. So on blackirave's tracker, Agina's Cave is green. I think he just forgot to check it after checkerboard cave. And then he thought, okay, no early big key here. That is good news for blackirave. And then he thought, okay, I made a mistake. I have to stick with that and just go ahead and everything is fine. And let's hope I have never to come back. Yeah, but this hope will not become true. There is a big key, and both items out of Mire. So that is a quite good Mire for blackirave. That is okay. By the way, let's talk about the quality of these runners. I can't remember any of them has done any major mistakes so far. And still their execution levels are pretty good, so that is the niveau we are speaking about. And yeah, I think this is the kind of run we all want to see. And it's super close and tense here. I have absolutely no idea who is in front. I always, the entire race, I think CFate is in front, but I'm not sure. Well, the thing is, CFate has to play Smith's Chain after this. Yeah, that's true. And then he will be in go mode. But it is massively? No, I don't think so. Oh, look here. CFate is going for the quick kill on Trinex. Always nice to see. Very nicely done. That was fast. Oh, by the way, and I missed it, blackirave got silver somewhere. Nice. No, he missed one cycle on the Lamolas. Oh boy, it's so satisfying if that works. Ah, silvers have been in Myers. Thanks. Okay, Blackie, do you now catch up for... Oh, look what CFate is doing. He checks Hera basement as well. Yeah, makes sense. Does it make sense? Not sure. Yeah, and now Blackie finally is going for Agina here. Oh boy. Okay, facecam please, Blackie. Suppose that does not feel too great. Yeah, but here we are, 1 hour and 30 minutes in, and blackirave now finally in go mode. But has to catch up 2 dungeons, which are Back of Skull Woods and Turtle Walk. And Turtle Walk is a long one. But CFate has still to grab his Bombos and then full clear Mire, where the Bicky is on a okayish position, I suppose. It's not a God Mire, but it's quite early. Not early, but let's say in the middle. Yeah, this is a race. I think this will be decided by GT routing. And CFate is doing a pet check even before doing the Smith chain. Oh boy. This is getting more and more tense. Yeah, CFate of course wants to dodge the Smith chain here. So he with a early mids, not for him, but in the game the mids were early. This was playable so much earlier, and of course he wants. Actually, the bomb was on another spot. Yeah, but this now looks like Smith chain for CFate. Yeah, blackirave just defeated the moth, and that means only one mountain trip, including Turtle Rock now. Yeah, now if I'm not entirely mistaken, I would say Blackie is a little ahead suddenly. Not too much. Yeah, let's hope for CFate that he will go for the big key as early as possible, so that we can see both runners exactly enter GT at the same time. And then please route identically. Yeah, but this match here, absolutely worthy for a top 32 match. Yeah, and then now, 3 minutes later, CFate in go mode as well. CFate getting some safety goose here, always a good decision. Unfortunately, it costs about 15 to 20 seconds, I guess. CFate, if he does correctly, can save some time with the spooky glitch here. blackirave was in without a fire rod, so that was not possible for him. Unfortunately here for blackirave, but does not matter too much. Okay, CFate, what are you doing? Do you go back for the chest? No, he immediately goes to the big key here. That is a good news for CFate. We have to consider both runners will have their 7th crystal in hand soon, but CFate still has to do the mountain trip. blackirave, on the other hand, is almost immediately standing before GT. And as we all know, there... Oh, Blackie! Don't do that. There is a small key on the bridge here. I think it was the second or third chest here. Oh, Blackie seems to become a little nervous. So I know he can play this perfectly if he has a good day. Look at now, he starts to bonk. Ah! Yeah, it was a long and intense seat. Oh, and he has to be careful, he's down to 3 hearts. Okay, CFate now is doing Witty, and in a second Blackie will defeat Shrine X, and then both are on 7 crystals. By the way, after CFate, you can put your numbers in now, after CFate grabbed his 7th crystal. Oh, and look, Blackie looks quite distracted here almost, so... Yeah, but doesn't matter, Trinex down now. Yeah. Yeah, now we see how massively CFate is ahead. Yeah, but it looks like the difference they enter GT is about 30 seconds, maybe? This is absolutely GT routing. Oh, Blackie, use hook speed here. Okay, we have to measure time. I'm so curious. And how will the runners play this? So we all know GT routing can decide games. You can catch up to 2 minutes, I guess. So, Blackie here at 1:22:15. Yeah, let's see when he entered the actual GT. So, Blackie enters at 1:22, let's say 35. Yeah, and I think CFate will follow 25 seconds later. And blackirave playing Hope Room first without getting a small key. That means the entire right side is dead for the time being. Yeah, this is exactly 30 seconds difference here in GT. It's so nice. This is exactly what I want. And CFate does the exact same play as Blackie does. Oh boy. Now it comes down to who does more mistakes on the climb. Or even in the basement. You can do mistake there as well. Yeah, thanks for tracking the times. Much appreciated. And now Blackie is doing a Dark Magician stuff, but did Hope Room first? Okay. Yeah, one can do that. Let's see how CFate played this, but I think this more standard play would be to render rush then. It's not an actual render rush, but you know what I mean. Okay. There is a big key, and CFate will almost last locate this. Because he will play Harmonize beforehand and all this stuff. No Time Room before, but this will be Blackie's, CFate's, I guess, 20? 19, 20? Something like that. Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is blackirave in the climb. And now, after 1 hour and 25 minutes, we indeed can say who is leading, and it's actually blackirave. Yeah, and CFate in a second will see that his decision was not the correct one. And yeah, he has to assume that his opponent played a Dark Magician. Supposedly it's the most standard play, I guess. Oh, nice one cycle here on the Lamolas. Every three hits in the heads were quite close, but every one of them hit. Yeah, this is now, of course, blackirave on autopilot here. Has even the silver's advantage, by the way. Well, I absolutely have no idea how to play this game. I don't know on which side we have to count the biggies. Blackirave was the first who had 7 crystals, I guess. Was he? I don't know. No, I think we have to count on CFate's side here. Yeah, this will be number 19, I guess. Not 20, 2 chests are left. So who's closest? I think it's in Austria. GG's to you. Yeah, Blackyrave's side now, from my perspective, or in my opinion, the most disgusting boss in this game, which is namely Agatu. Let's see if Blacky learned the patterns. Yeah, but that looks good. Oh, almost a triple. Ah, pesky. That was a nice double. Yeah, well done. So we have to count on Blacky's side, I guess. But don't know what it was. I guess 10? No idea. CFate here without silvers had a harder time on Lamolas too. But still, CFate on Lamolas too, Blackirave on Ganon with Butter Sword, with silvers, with blackmail, with a bunch of bottles, with cape, everything is there. So this should not be an issue. Unless he falls, so we have seen runners fall on Ganon as well, but let's not hope so. One error in. Oh, that could be a triple. Ah, close, but doesn't matter too much. There is the 4th error in Ganon in, and that means he's dead. And that means if Blackirave defeats the ugly pesky rich, you can put your GGs into the chat. For Blacky, who now is in the lead 1-0 against such a strong runner as CFate is. Yeah, GG's, Blacky. Well done. Yeah, and I'm sure both runners waited for each other that the other one completes the race. Yeah, both runners last located. CFate last located even twice, almost last located. Yeah, that does not feel good. And the skip of Agina's cave on Blackie's side, of course, can't feel great. I think if you have such a situation, you feel like you lost the race. Yeah, now CFate about to kill Ganon as well. We'll have a harder time here due to the lacking silvers, but I don't think this is too big of an issue here. Equipment still very nice. Oh, by the way, CFate does not have a lamp here, so it's... Has he? No, no lamp. Ah, that means he will have a harder time to get the torch glitch, but got it with a fire rod. Nicely done here. That is not too easy to get. But yeah, CFate got it, and that means easy triples here. At least if he commits to them. Yeah, now we can see what GT routing makes for a difference. So CFate was 30 seconds after Blackie in GT. Execution-wise, this was pretty much the same. Okay, missing silvers. Yeah, now Blackie is 4 minutes behind. So I think this GT routing made 2.5 minutes, roughly estimated. Yeah, and GG CFate. Unfortunately, you are second. Yeah, let's see if one of the runners will hop in for an interview. Yeah, and CFate just said that he will hop in for an interview. Very nice. So I think we will see him here in a minute. Yeah, and there he is. GG CFate.
GG. Oh,
Yeah, your take on the seat?
I think the biggest problem was catfish for me. Because I skipped the mids. Because
Yeah,
I wanted to activate the flute and I was like, nah, only catfish. So I did King's Tomb Graveyard Ledge to activate my flute, and yeah, that was the biggest mistake, I think.
Yeah, well, it's reasonable to play it like that. The thing for Blackie was he was quite early on catfish for the mids, and then he had this mids chain on the way. Yeah, and obviously Bombos was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blackie, as he already said in the race room, unfortunately, for whatever reason, never played Agina. And
Okay.
yeah, it was kind of weird. I don't really understand what was in his mind, especially because Lamp was on Floating Island on the mountain,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Blackie had access. Yeah, and Blackie decided to play pot before grabbing the Lamp from the mountain and playing Eastern and Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah, and pretty much last located Fire Rod there. Yeah.
I did it early because I wanted to know if I have to dip into Eastern Palace or not, so I wanted to do Eastern at last. Know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely understandable.
Yeah.
So Pendant Eastern without Fire Source, of course, it's always ugly and pesky to play.
Yeah.
But I think Agina always is a coin flip, so you waste a lot of time, especially because you can tie it in later smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you head directly to there, you lose 40 seconds if nothing is there, right? So it's always a coin flip decision, I think.
That's the reason why I always, not always, but usually skip the dam. Dam ist er Dam? Ich weiß es nicht.
Yeah, you can say it like that.
So Agina isn't the only check I do when I go south again. So I go Dam Agina.
Yeah, I understand. At least I always call it dam. I hope it's a half race correctly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's an understandable play. And these days we see this more often to combine dam with Agina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, you hit the seat worse than Blackie. In the intro, I already said it. I hope for a tense race because I estimated you both at pretty even. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Execution-wise, maybe you a little bit stronger, but not too much. And both very experienced runners. And yeah, this was exactly the race we wanted to see, and you provided us with a lot of entertainment. By the way, the difference you entered GT was exactly 30 seconds.
Oh no! Did he do Dark Magician?
No, he went into Hope. Then I don't know the left room. What's it called with the Stelphos?
Stelphos room.
Okay, makes absolutely sense. Yeah, so he played Hope Room, then Stelphos, and then mirrored back to the right side.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, that was what I thought.
Many small keys. So yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And Blackie had silvers out of Meyer.
Okay. He was looking for the Fire Rod, right?
Right, he full cleared Meyer.
Okay. Yeah, that's Rando.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm absolutely looking forward to a game 3 and hopefully to a game 2 and hopefully a game 3 as well, because this was one of the most exciting races I've seen this tourney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So as I said, it was close until the very end. Yeah. Okay. When Blackie had the big key, then everything was more or less decided, unless he makes any major mistakes. But he didn't. Yeah. And so we had quite a good entertainment for 1 hour and 25 minutes here. Yeah, that's what we are all here for.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blackie does not want to come for an interview, but if you listen, Blackie, GG, very well played.
GG.
Yeah. Yeah, CFate, do you want to have some last words or something you want to say?
GG to Blackie again, and thanks for the race. And I want to thank you for commentating. I think there's no tracker, right?
No, I was alone, but Phoenix, of course, in the background did all this happen here, as always.
Yeah. Thanks for restreaming it, Phoenix. And yeah, I'm looking forward for the second race, and I hope you all have a great day, evening, wherever you're from, and see you next time.
Yeah. Okay, goodbye, CFate. Thank you. Let's look what is on the schedule today. There's a little stuff. So we have at 2:30 p.m. GFE versus Speaker, but without restream. At 3 p.m. we have Sepp versus Tignaldo. There is unfortunately no channel, no English speaking channel available, but it looks like it will be restreamed on SpeedGaming German and on German. So if you know the language, then yeah, you can hop in there and watch it. It looks like I will commentate that as well. Yeah, then at 4 p.m. there is Gilgamesh versus Brewers Fan JP. At 5:13 there is Kederman versus Oros Nerd. 6 p.m. there is Gilgamesh versus Brewers Fan Game 2. And then tomorrow it starts at 4 a.m. Fiery versus The Lane. Yeah, and that shall suffice so far. And there are a bunch of games tomorrow as well, but have not to list it up all now. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much to everyone who participated. Thanks to the runners especially for this super tense and exciting and outstanding race here. Yeah, that's it. And I say goodbye and wish you all a nice day. Goodbye.